What's up, everyone? Dylan here from Freedom Forex Trading. Just going to walk through the last week's price action on EU from the 11th to the 15th of March 2024. So getting straight into it, basically where we were positioned with price was we've been stepping up inside of this bullish range here. We had come into a higher time frame point of interest, or IFC, looking to then continue with some bearish price actions. So basically, stepping into Monday, we're in a bit of an awkward spot. Obviously, our week started here. Price is still sitting inside of this range. Hadn't had any bearish confirmations or anything like that as of yet. Made it a bit tricky to be able to sell or do anything along those lines. Stepping down to some of our lower time frames here. Basically, what we saw was we did have price do a bit of a run of liquidity during our London sessions. So came up, it did take the Asia highs, do a bit of run of liquidity, but failed to give us sort of any bearish intentions by coming to break these lows or anything along those lines throughout our time of actually looking for a trade. So Monday, London session, didn't present anything. Coming into our New York window, we also didn't really have anything present. So big thing in the way that I trade, for everyone that knows me, is I'm a very, very patient trader. I'll only trade A+ setups and I'll wait for all my confirmations to be met before I look to get into any positions or anything like that. So very patient start to the week, knew where we wanted price. Wasn't where we wanted it. We wanted to be selling or buying from relevant areas, which we went in on our Monday. Tuesday was a pretty similar story. So we did have a lot of liquidity built up at the top of our Asian range. Not a lot. We did have some equal lows at the bottom there, which we did get a sweep of and an inducement, which did look really good, creating a smart money trap up the top here, which was very, very clear, very clean. So it was really good targets. Just in terms of what we had in our lower time frame confirmations inside of this area here, we hadn't had any sweeps or anything like that. We did have equal lows built up, which gave us another liquidity pool sitting underneath actually where we wanted to be buying from. So made it very difficult, trapped between two liquidity pools without any significant breaks, not reacting at a significant area, made it very high risk to look for an entry. When it's higher risk and the risk outweighs the potential reward, it's not something we want to be looking for. So again, Tuesday London session, no setups. Leading into New York, so we did get quite a strong retracement, a really strong inducement and liquidation of these points that was sitting up the top here, which did look really good. Unfortunately, timing of this was just a little bit out of where we wanted it. New York is obviously down here. This is between the two. Don't like to be trading between the two sessions. Volatility and liquidity isn't really where we want it to be, or at its highest point, so it can make it a bit tricky. Here we obviously did have news as well, which didn't provide anything in the way of setups or anything like that. So no possibility for a news trade, which was a little bit unfortunate. Some people are scared of trading news. I love trading news as it is a catalyst for our trades to play out and can just fuel the market to go in the direction that we wanted, which we did know was obviously bearish, or we had confirmations for bearish price action being a high probability. Stepping into the week from there. So after we got our break to the downside, telling us that price has shown us direction and confirmation of bearish price action, we did leave a really nice 5-minute point sitting at the top here, which I was looking for a trade from. Basically, in terms of A+ setups, what we had coming into our London session was we had a run of the Asia high, not a big amount of liquidity there, so nothing significant, but good in terms of where we're positioned for our movement with obviously, different time frames and different sessions. We swept that into our 5-minute point, came down, broke below the Asia low, and then left a really clean point up the top for smart money to be looking to get in from. That smart money trap did get played out really nicely, got taken here, really clean inducement, leaving a point down here at the bottom for smart money to also to be excited about getting in for. So good target for sells. In terms of what we looked to get into, so there was a very nice trade that did unfortunately get stopped out here before price ran. That would have been a nice little quick, 1 to 3, very easy, very quick trade to get into. 1-minute confirmations gave us the entry here, as well as some liquidity targets, equal lows, and our smart money trap sitting at the bottom, looking to follow with that bearish order flow. Unfortunately, just didn't get the follow through on this one. Just part of trading and how things play out and present sometimes. From there, looking into New York. Now, things got a little bit messy, a little bit tricky leading into this. So we did then get a break to the upside when we were expecting continued bearish momentum. This was confirmed that it was a break of structure and not an inducement by the way that price then reacted inside of here. No clean entries inside of the time that I look to trade. Obviously, being on the Gold Coast in Australia, this does start to get quite late going into New York session. There was a very, very clean setup inside of here, which we went through inside of the community on the 1 minute time frames. So really, really beautiful trade. It was positioned around here. Really good setup, really good 1 minute confirmations, ran really nicely. 1 to 10.5. Unfortunately, it's one that we missed due to the time zones of trading, but very, very beautiful trade. Really nice setup, had great confirmation. So that's one of the trades that would have made up for that loss really quickly and really nicely. So there was that one there. Great New York session. Unfortunately, just nothing for us. We were reacting out of a very valid zone, an area where there was clear manipulation from institutions. Really good spot, really nice inducement leading into the mitigation of this point. So I had great confirmations, just unfortunately no setups. As you can see, when we did get the aggressive push in, we got an aggressive push out, which just didn't lead us with any entries inside of our window. But yeah, very clean setup nonetheless. From here, moving into Thursday, Thursday did provide an absolutely beautiful entry. So in terms of where we were for the London session, we had very clear bearish momentum. Obviously, we'd come up, ran these highs, come down, had breaks to the downside, which looked really, really good, gave us some nice confirmations, as well as the way the price is moving inside of here. We had traps play out throughout Asia, which looked really, really good. Gave us great confirmations, had lots of liquidity sweeps throughout the Asia session, as well as really nice order flow. So price looked really good coming into London. London, I was expecting a nice bullish run to come up to some of these higher points. Didn't get the confirmations that we needed down inside of here. Played out a trap, which looked really nicely, and then gave us some more bearish confirmations. So was unfortunately not a lot of setups this week. Very low volume of setups, but the setups that had played out that were A+, were very clean. Obviously, so far, we're at a loss and we're at 1 to 10. So really nice trades, really nice confirmations, looking very good leading into the end of the week. Now, from here, this setup was absolutely beautiful. Again, 1 minute confirmations that we use inside of our community. So what we had leading into this was we had price building up lots of liquidity, lots of trend line liquidity, running traps, looking really, really good, running more traps up here, showing signs of intent, building up equal highs before a run down, leaving another smart money trap sitting at the top here. Beautiful. Running those highs, taking out the trap, and bringing in another trap down the bottom here. Smart money is obviously getting thrown all over the place here, getting stopped out left, right, and center. So really good for us, liquidity traders and people that actually understand the intentions of the market, can spot manipulations and actually know how to capitalize on them. From there, price then came down into this other point down inside of here. We did get a 1 minute bullish breaker structure and then some more 1 minute bearish confirmations that did tell us that, okay, cool, price has been manipulated in this area. We know based upon everything else that has happened leading up to this point, the price is looking to go bearish to at least come and take out this low and come and target some of our other liquidity that's seen down the bottom, some of these other points, and further resting liquidity that we've got off to the side. So great confirmations on lower time frame and higher time frames. From there, that trade did run really, really nicely. And this is a trade that you could absolutely still be sitting in and holding. As you can see, price wouldn't have come up to your break even. It's so far hit 1 to 16, has great confirmations to be able to go to at least 1 to 17, which is where I'll be looking for that trade to go and hit. So great confirmations on the Thursday, great trade. That was obviously between the two sessions. But when we have confirmations like this, after everything that price has done in this area, these aren't trades that we should be missing. So very, very clean, very good. Now, leading into a Friday. Friday was a bit all over the shop. Reason being, if I go out to a higher time frame here, as we can see, we're sitting down here in an area where we've got this point, which we can identify as a trap. We've got these liquidity points sitting underneath here with lots of resting liquidity. This is a non-structural low, so we can expect for price to come and take out that point. So not an area we want to be buying from. And we've had such a strong bearish push over the last couple of days, giving us no reason to be selling from anywhere down here. So unfortunately, just a little bit tricky to be able to do anything with this price action. So ultimately, we're watching, observing as we always do, as we want to stay on par with what price is doing, in tune with where it's at, but also not rushing into any positions that don't meet our criterias or anything like that. As a trader, we don't want to be taking any unnecessary trades that aren't high probability. We're a trader, we're not a market analyst. We could see here what price was going to do, but unfortunately, no reason to be taking any trades in amongst any of this price action. So nothing to see there, nothing to really do, nothing to worry about. We'll observe, come into next week and expect some good price actions. So hope everyone got a lot of value from this, and I will be looking forward to giving you guys more value for the next videos coming up. Thanks very much.